Edward Snowden leaks this about Cardano. Ada will go 100x Cardano price prediction. Hello everyone and welcome to the Crypto Lab channel. American technical specialist and special agent, former employee of the CIA and the National Security Agency, NSA, of the USA. In early June 2013, Snowden gave The Guardian and The Washington Post secret NSA information concerning the total surveillance of American intelligence services over information communications between citizens of many countries around the world using existing information networks and communication networks, including information about the PRISM project, as well as Xkeyscore and Tempora. According to a closed Pentagon report, Snowden stole 1.7 million secret files. Most of the documents relate to vital operations of the U.S. Army, Navy, Marine Corps, and Air Force. In this regard, on June 14, 2013, Snowden was charged in absentia in the United States with espionage and theft of state property. Declared an international wanted list by the American authorities. Soon he fled the United States, first to Hong Kong, then to Russia, where he stayed for more than a month in the transit zone of Sheremetyevo Airport. On August 1, 2013, he received temporary asylum in the Russian Federation. A year later, a 3-year residence permit, which in 2017 was extended until 2020, and in October 2020 he received an indefinite residence permit. Lives in Russia outside Moscow. According to other later reports, in Moscow, his exact location is not disclosed for security reasons. As a defender of privacy, I would not recommend anyone to say that you have a cryptocurrency at all. At the same time, what can I say? When I was working on a big project of my life in 2013, I was trying to figure out how to transfer an archive of materials to journalists. How to convince them that this is not a fake, how to show it to them safely in secret, without control, without permissions. The question arises whether I need my own server infrastructure. Maybe yes. Well, how do I pay for it anonymously? Maybe someone like me would use bitcoins for such tasks. I think there are a lot of technologies thanks to which we are here today. They could have served our interests in the past, while they were not widely discussed in the public space, although they could have been. But when new opportunities are created for people, people will use them. And yes, it's true, they will be abused with 100% probability. But if we don't believe that people will use these abilities more often for good purposes than with evil intentions, we can already quit the game and say that this is the end for humanity. Progress needs to stop and that we need to become less capable. We should focus not on limiting human abilities, but on making people better. How do we do this? We need to live life well. Set a good example by being good people who influence other people's lives positively and encourage them to strive for creativity, success, even self-sacrifice. As for the cryptocurrencies that I am interested in, I have already said and will say now. Cardano is the most interesting thing for me right now. Thanks to its truly unique advantage in terms of privacy, we are seeing more and more projects trying to reproduce these qualities. And I think it's good. I used it, as well as many others. You see, there are all these internecine wars in the world of cryptocurrencies, when people create teams and it looks like a team sport. And everyone who uses something else is an enemy. This is a huge mistake because all cryptocurrency users are a tiny minority of all people. This situation needs to change. If you want your rights to be declared and protected when this sphere reaches the stage of regulation within the framework of democracy, we need more teams, more projects, more users that we need to promote awareness about them and mass use in society. And then the question arises how we will develop a system of competition that will be so attractive that they will not be ignored in the global consumer community. This is not an easy task, but when you look at Bitcoin, what do you consider its main advantages and main disadvantages? Everyone pays attention to the transaction speed limit as its main drawback. This is a big problem, but I would cite a much more serious structural flaw. A long-term flaw is its public register. It is simply not suitable for a stable trading mechanism, because it is impossible to store the entire payment history of all people of all transactions so that this history is available to everyone, and so that it all works stably and scales. The restriction in the use of cryptocurrencies by people is the limiting factor of the apocalypse that we are experiencing at this moment. And I think this is a natural relief of the pressure on Bitcoin, but I don't think Bitcoin will always exist, and I think not everyone will like it here. But we need to think about all the technological projects that we have learned about in the past. The first browser was not the best browser in history. Bitcoin works and, I think, will have a stable value for a long time. But especially when we consider the core development team and their degree of protocol improvement, they just need to work better. Otherwise, they will be uncompetitive. We know that encryption works. Encryption, like everything else, is vulnerable to the development of mathematics in our understanding. Perhaps we will suddenly learn how to handle numbers, since it was impossible in the past, and encryption will become useless. Right now we don't see a way to that, but maybe, someday it will happen. Today, in reality, in practice, we have to build a business based on what we know. In the course of his story, Edward Snowden told why. He's the one who's using Cardano right now. According to him, there was a leak from official sources, and by the end of the year Cardano will rise in price 100 times. The MuesliSwap team announced the launch of the first DX in the Cardano mainnet. The platform uses the order book model of centralized exchanges, which allows placing limit orders. On the Cardano network, DX offers 9 trading pairs with ADA, as well as conducting pre-sale of its own milk management tokens. In the future, a service for launching tokens and an NFT marketplace will appear on MuesliSwap. The platform is also available in the Smart Bitcoin Cash blockchain. In this network, it works longer, and therefore has a wider functionality. In addition to trading, users can participate in farming and stacking, as well as launch and buy tokens of the September 20th standard. The developers emphasize that MuesliSwap is a beta project that may work unstable. One of the Reddit users said that he had problems placing a limit order for the purchase of Snow tokens. Well, and that's it. Thank you all for watching. Until soon.